It began like any other spring morning in Dallas, Texas. The late March sun spilled over the North Central Expressway, traffic humming under a warm, cloudless sky. But by sundown on March 30th, 2024, that ordinary day would spiral into chaos. A reckless decision, a chain reaction of disaster, and a turning point that would change Rashee Rice's life forever. In the NFL, careers are made in moments of brilliance. They can just as easily be destroyed by a single, irreversible mistake. For Rice, this was that mistake. The 24-year-old Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver was behind the wheel of a Lamborghini Urus. Its twin-turbo V8 snarling as it pushed 119 miles per hour, nearly 50 over the limit. Beside him, Theodore Knox, a rising SMU talent, raced a Corvette at 91. Call it competition, call it recklessness, either way. The two were locked in a high-speed gamble in the far left lane. Then came the breaking point.
Ice's
SUV clipped the median. In an instant, the highway became an obstacle course of spinning metal and shattering glass. 6 vehicles were caught in the chaos. 7 people were injured. Brain trauma, deep cuts, internal bleeding. Medical bills would top $115,000, but the real cost couldn't be measured in dollars. And when seconds mattered most, Rice made the choice that would haunt him. He walked away. He and his companions fled on foot, leaving the wreckage, the wounded, and a dashcam recording everything days later. Rice turned himself in a gesture of accountability, but far too late to quiet the outrage. On April 10, 2024, prosecutors charged him with 8 felonies. From aggravated assault to causing a collision with serious injury, each count carried years of possible prison time. The rising NFL star, who seemed destined for greatness now, faced the very real prospect of losing his prime years behind bars. Then, as the storm raged, came another hit-on accusation in May that Rice had assaulted a photographer at a Dallas nightclub. The case collapsed when the accuser withdrew, but the damage to Rice's reputation stuck. The crash still loomed, and lawsuits from victims piled up, including one demanding $10 million in damages. The financial threat was massive. The bigger threat, his NFL future. The league confirmed it was watching closely. Suspension was inevitable. The only question was how long. Months passed in a blur of hearings, negotiations, and speculation. Then on July 17, 2025, the verdict came. Rice pled guilty to 2 felonies causing a collision involving serious bodily injury and racing on a highway causing injury. The deal. All other charges dropped in exchange for 30 days in jail, 5 years of deferred probation, and full restitution to victims. If he stayed clean, no felony would stain his record. The jail time could be served in the off-season, but the warning was clear. He had come within inches of losing everything. To some, the punishment seemed light. To Rice, it felt like a second chance. He began paying restitution immediately, covering every cent of medical costs. He issued public apologies, not scripted PR-safe statements, but raw acknowledgments of failure. "This was a moment of immense failure on my part," he told fans and teammates. "I'm committed to making amends." Off camera, he threw himself into community work, speaking to youth programs, filming PSAs on reckless driving, seeking spiritual guidance from Pastor Richard Butler. He called it being scared straight. But his redemption wasn't just about image, it was about family. Rice had 2 young sons with his longtime partner, Dakota Nicole Jones, who had stood by him through every peak and valley. She had been in the stands during his Super Bowl triumph, and she was at his side during his darkest moments. But stability, home, love, fatherhood was his anchor. Physically, he was ready. The knee injury that ended his 2024 season had healed. In training camp, Chiefs head coach Andy Reid had him running routes at full speed, hauling in passes from Patrick Mahomes. Looking every bit the dynamic weapon Kansas City drafted in 2023. "I ain't even scraped the surface of what I was going to do," he said, eyes fixed on the future. Still, shadows remained. Suspension was coming anywhere from 2 to 8 games, and the 30-day jail term still awaited. His probation meant zero margin for error. One misstep, and prison time would be certain. but doubt had never stopped him before. Overlooked in high school, dismissed as a 3-star recruit, ignored by major programs, Rice built his career brick by brick at SMU, finishing with over 3,000 yards and 25 touchdowns. In Kansas City, he shattered rookie records, set a playoff receptions mark, and helped bring home a Super Bowl before turning to 4 now. The question wasn't just if he could bounce back, it was if he could grow beyond the man who made that mistake. Could he carry the lessons carved into him by the crash, the courtroom, and the cell, and turn them into something lasting? Could he truly walk through the heat, as his clothing brand Sunwalker proclaimed, and emerge stronger? The 2025 NFL season is approaching fast. The team is behind him. His family is with him. The talent is undeniable. But the margin for redemption is razor thin. For Rashee Rice, every catch, every route, every Sunday from here on will be more than a stat. It will be proof that second chances mean something. If you were in his position, could you rebuild your legacy? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like and subscribe for more untold stories from the moments that define sports history.